Alright, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Took a little while to get these teams on into the lobby, but tonight we have the number 2 and the number 3 seeds in the Premier Division of the Nexus Gaming Series up in the Storm Div. Abusement Park going up against Team Name Change. The scoop for tonight, we have rid ourselves of Battlefield of Eternity as well as Volskaya Foundry. And tonight we'll be headed to Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom, the two, I think, most popular maps here in NGS. Really worked out. This way I didn't have to click too many buttons because I think the last two sets before this that I had the exact same maps. We'll be headed to Towers of Doom first. Abusement Park won the coin flip, chose first pick. Like I said, we got a nice hot little matchup tonight. Two teams on the up and up. We got our records there on the left. So tonight headed again. Towers of Doom first. Infernal Shrines up second. Mephisto is live. Balance patch has come through. A number of heroes have gone through tweaks. I don't think there's been too many significant changes. I don't know if we'll see Mephisto because the hot topic of the day is Blizzard, what did you do to consume souls? That's been all over the Twitterverse lately. I'm trying to think. A lot of the tanks have that have been really out of the meta have been slightly brought up. We've got some health buffs for the likes of Tyrael and Arthas and ETC. What else did we wind up having? A couple of nerfs to the ranged heroes that have dominated the meta. Raynor took an AA nerf. I think it was around 10% AA nerf. And Phoenix had a very important nerf to Purification Salvo. As that got moved up to 90 seconds. So, who knows what we're going to see tonight? Anytime a balance patch comes through, it's always a question of whether teams are going to just stick to the plans that have got them there, or whether they're going to be quick to the adaptations. Before we hop on in there, take a look at the standings. Flash you guys. Let you know what's happening. Again, these standings a little off in that this season in NGS we go by sort of win percentage. So TMG, Trademark Gaming, is actually up at the top of the standings. And then they are followed by Abusement Park and Team Name Change. Not very many games left in the playoffs. We're here in round 4. These teams are ready to go in draft. I'm getting flamed in lobby like I should. Let's click some buttons. Let's get going. Towers of Doom. TOD, my favorite map to cast. We were talking about it there in the Twitch chat. Himibo, thank you for throwing the bits out, brother. I've got to get minion miners next week. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. And first pick on over to Abusement Park. We get the Diablo ban ripped early. No changes for Dibbles in the last balance patch, so the Lord of Terror continues his reign at the top of the tank meta. And TNC says no Johanna for you. So Garrosh, Muradin, and maybe we get a little bit of a wrinkle tonight. Rip. Not even gonna let it get through. Yeah, all right. I don't know if I'm gonna get a Mephisto game this season. Feels bad, man. And a Phoenix ban. A lot of supports up. There's 3 supports that are easy first pick. TNC lets the Genji through. And the Genjiru goes first. Muradin and Abathur are the pickup. I suspect that we will see Metball on the Abbey. Putting the burden of the clone target. Then on Netball 1-1, aka Kawaii Sashi. Shot jumping in tonight for Abusement Park.
Let the Inquisition commence.
He's going to hold off on the tank pick as we get Dahaka. And we do get White Mane. Teams just sort of trading out their early preferences. Despite sharing roles and bans. We got some different picks going on here. Dahaka should move up in priority late in the season here. I really don't know how to evaluate the Blaze changes. Blizzard has stated their intent to try to push him into a role that is closer to main tank. As we get Kel'Thuzad and Tyrande bans. And then the changes to Yrel are not, you know, a super strong nerf. She actually picked up 15 mana on all of her abilities. That was it. So the intent there very clear to kind of slow down her dominance in the offlane. Dahaka has been untouched in quite a while. And the Dinosaur just might wind up being the top solo laner for the rest of this season and into the playoffs.
Vanquish the weak.
Jaina and a Varian. Hello, Varian. TNC will bring out the Ice Queen. So we'll have a Jaina clone for the Abathur. Last two picks here for... Yep, Varian is cast. Well played.
This realm needs me.
Okay. Somebody's got to leave this goddamn lobby. What?
Guide my path.
Or, yep, there we go. Harumph. Alright, so what I've got to do, just to cover my butt, make sure we know what the picks are. I gotta make sure that we wind up having everything sort of locked in. Okay. Just go standard lobby mode, trust. Just standard. Okay, that's what we're gonna wind up doing. Yep. Alright. Teams are R. RIP. We're gonna have to do this standard no match history. Okay, let's make sure what's happening. So that variant will wind up being a Cassia. We'll still have our Karazim. Means that's alright. Alright. I just want to make sure we got everything going on here. That seemed weird. I had a feeling that was something that was off there. I've got one R. I've got Nitty R. Wait a minute. Li Ming. Okay. So this is odd. But we got an Arthas. Shot. Brother. Love it. I've been begging to see Papa Frostmourne popping into the meta. Oh no, Shots could be playing the offlane. Right on. Chips will be playing the Arthas. Okay, my bad. Chips, you move up. Shot. Alright. You're okay. And then we do get the Karazim follow-up there at the end of the draft. Interesting that Karazim was chosen into Arthas. I assume we're going to wind up getting Cassia up in the off lane? Going to be a little bit of an interesting macro decision here. Let everybody know. Jaff remake, MBD. Alright. I gotta make sure I click all the right buttons. Let's get the in-game overlays up. Okay, trying to ruin my lobby and throw me off my game is TNC. Captain Medball on the Cassia. Hunter CJ playing the Merlin. NMVP on the Abathur. Netball 1-1 on the Jaina. And Zatat will be playing one punchy boy on that Karazim.
The battle begins.
For Abusement Park, Mason Blaze will be playing the Genji. Nitty on the Li Ming. Chips on the Arthas. Rossi
5, 4,
on the Mingers.
3,
Shot gonna be playing the Dinosaur
1.
on that Dahaka.
Fight.
Checking out what we got going on. We got a little bit of a W build here for White Main. The dominant build. Clemency into W's on top of W's on top of W's. Abusement Park refusing to run it down mid as they sit in the jungle right now. Abbott, they're heading on up top. A little bit of a trap here between the double reset comp. Genji leaving lurking. Nothing really going on early. These are two exceptional teams this season. Both have the exact same number of wins, but Abusement Park have proven to be resilient and not lose. Oh boy, that was a big hit. Netball, you head on back to a well, brother. That did not go out too well. Nice shot by Nitty on the Li Ming. Arthas manning middle. Shots to Haka has gone up top where Nem on that Abathur is just trying to deal with the Dino. Checking overlays look good. Hey, everything looks alright. Trade-off on camps here. Boy, it's going to be really interesting. A lot of, I don't want to say pressure on chips, but again, Arthas is a hero that we just haven't seen too much of. Did receive a buff, got a nice bit of health, as well as health regen, and 2 seconds of CDR on Frostmourne. Rossi is a little stuck here. Set top with a combo, and the Blizzard step up from Netball is, oh boy, kill number 1. Abusement Park has been running a little bit of a 1-1-3 there. White Mane with no mobility winds up eating the Storm Bolt and goes down. This will be some just nice, easy clear. That's a big advantage for TNC. They do claim mid gate. They'll have a tower with really just one more AA. Metball there in mid. Shot looking to push. Nem on the slug, just, you know, doing Abby things. Level 4 is picked up for both sides. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Ring the leech here on Cassia. We'll keep an eye on that one. Can be tough against Arthas to keep your AAs up with that debuff going. 2 stacks on the Howling Blast quest early on. And our first objective is up. The first of our triple altars. Tarzim in a bit of trouble, so Tad having to back off there. Like what we've seen from Nitty so far in that Li Ming, looks real dangerous. And a lot of squishy targets. You've got Cassia, Karzim, as well as Jaina, all susceptible. And this might be an issue here for the cast. Met's in trouble. Shot shows up from mid. Cassia goes down. Resets come through, and now a exceptional position here for Abusement Park, as they do have the global. They have the extra body with Abathur not really going to be able to delay too much up here. We do see Shot trying to get the channel. Mines on top of mines. TNC looking to delay at the very least up on top. No. Shot winds up converting, and now the pressure's on bottom here. It's just Satat putting good damage on the Genji. But he's going to get stuck here. Nitty looking to finish him off. There's the orb over the wall. A couple of auto attacks come through. Disaster strikes for TNC early. They claim first blood, but Cassia gets caught in mid, and this is going to cost them all 3 altars. But this being Towers of Doom, the comeback potential is there. And even though they are now behind 12 shots, do not forget what happened here. In bottom lane, the tower was finished off. The macro advantage is on the side of TNC. 2-1 now in terms of kills over to Abusement Park. They'll be picking up level 7 shortly. We'll flash them off when that does come through. Nem doing Nem things on the Abbey. 4v4 fight bottom. We'll try to keep an eye on Dahaka. We see the pinks coming through. Keeping an eye out for the global. Here comes the Dahaka on the backside. Shot is in, immediately chasing Netball down. There's the kill on Jaina, the reset chain going. Netball could be up next. Ring of the Leech trying to keep Cassia up. That's a low Arthas, and the Abathur hat helps Sonner CJ as well as Satat finish him off. Cassie is traded out. It's a 2-for-1. Satat looking for a way out. Shot's got the movement. Can he get the drag? The miss there. Satat's got a lot more real estate to cover. And Karzim does wind up going down. Excellent job by Abusement Park thus far. 5 kills to 2. They did wind up picking, excuse me, actually nobody finished this camp off, so Abusement Park now will pick up their camp. They've got about a quarter of a level lead. This will certainly put them ahead in the race to 10. Netball trying to finish this one off. Genji sniffs out the murder in the bush there, but Abusement Park will not contest this camp. double altar phase. Dahaka certainly will have Burrow available. We'll see what the decision here is from Abusement Park. Do they keep playing aggressive? It's worked out very well for them. Are they content to play one? Metball takes another big shot from Nitty on that Li Ming. She's got big orbs. Howling Blast comes through. Hits 2. Camps are trying to be cleaned up. Shot burrows in. There's a bit of a delay. Bottom, Nitty looks like there will be a free channel down there. See what winds up happening in mid. CJ has to back off with zoning by Rossi on the white main. Now the target is Karazim, who winds up getting dragged. Winds up eating the Swift Strike. Double reset comp gets kill number 1. They pick up kill number 2 on Muradin, and it's going to be another 2 altars for Abusement Park. Yeah, we are wondering what has been carrying these fine gentlemen up towards the top of the standings. Last season, as Salted Snacks, a mid-table team. I believe they snuck into the playoffs. But they have just been on an impeccable run here in Season 5. Doing great things. Ships now try to get some of that damage up. That's... Alright, so that happened. I don't know what's going on with that. Up in the mid, a little bit of chase on Dahaka. CJ trying to run it down. Chips with the, yes, accurately describes that situation. 10s have been picked up for both sides. Obviously, Ultimate Evolution. Hunter CJ still holding on to his heroic 7-sided strike. Welly! Ball Lightning. There is the Scarlet Aegis. Does not do enough to keep White Mane alive. Good play in the jungle there by TNC as they look to try to figure out how to claw their way back into this match. They are down 20 core shots. Army of the Dead. Wave of Force. The Dragon Blade and the Isolation picked up. No heroics traded out there for the kill on White Mane. Taking a quick check in bottom lane. Dominated by TNC. They have cleaned up the entirety of bottom wall. This is not over. Towers of Doom is the preeminent comeback map in all of HOTS. And this is the formula. No matter how many shots you are down, if you can control bottom lane and the bottom bell tower, you just have a chance to dominate the map. Bring your team right back in. Alright, another double altar phase. The target looked like it was Arthas, but instead 7-sided strike gets proc. Ships goes down, ball laning is out. Arthas goes down immediately. Metball with a chase. Rossi is under trouble here. We've got 2 members chasing. It looks like Satat will also help to finish that one off. And the kill actually belongs to an MVP on the Abathur. Now TNC looking to get a foothold in this one. Slug channel on the right. 3 members finish off left. 32-20. And the XP lead now belongs to TNC. Alright, checking in with chat. What's happening? Is this still game 1? Yes, Flies Raven, it is. We got a long delay. Everybody kind of hanging out. Not going to assign blame. We'll just say that there was a brawl, there was some butcher, and it took a little while to get going. 4 members of TNC have cut off Arthas, but here comes the burrow on the backside. Dahaka has used straight. 7-sided strike is out, and there's another great drag by Shot, and him in trouble. But hey, that's a clone. Hunter CJ up at the front, trying to escape out here. Gets stuck in Frozen Tempest, no damage done. So Avatar, 7-sided strike, Welly, Army of the Dead, Scarlet Aegis, Nitty. Gonna need a teleport here. Fend with a finish. Midball picks up another kill. Ball Lightning comes through. White Mane goes down as well. It's a bloodbath, folks. 15 kills in 9 minutes. In the bottom lane, Shot trying to make sure that Abusement Park can hold on to this bottom bell tower. He cleans up one camp. The 4 members of TNC will work on the invasion and pick up Abusement Parks. 13s have been picked up. We'll flash our talents here. Karzine build starting to come through. This is when that 13-16 combo comes through. More dashes, speed on dashes, and what we will assume will be Cleansing Touch at 16. And that will certainly help against the Howling Blast Isolation combo. There's another 7-sided strike. Only zones out Dahaka, but quick cooldown. TNC achieves their objective by capturing bottom bell tower. Solo altar. Abby soaking top. Poke check calls 40-0, never forget. Yeah. We're at 40-20. Didn't quite get all the way there. Karzine finishes the channel off. TNC looking to defend here in mid. Still have the 13 advantage. We're also picking up the flank here between Met and Satat. Caught in the jungle is Mason Blaze, who just barely winds up dodging the Storm Bolt. There's Genja who sneaks away. Mule from Abby. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Dahaka up top will start to hopefully apply a little bit more pressure in the top lane. The gate has been damaged. In fact, the minions may actually wind up finishing that off. A little bit of shielding there from Abathur. So we'll see if over time the solution for the puzzle that has been the mid-game for Abusement Park is to apply some top lane pressure. They are just forfeiting in bottom. Tough, given that there is the mule there. We'll see if they can keep the Haka on up top. TNC has dominated the jungle. They've been using the mines effectively very well. And they've been controlling this choke point with their 4-man, leaving Abby solo top, and it has prevented really any sort of big plays from the burrows. They've been mostly defensive and only on the objective. Keep an eye on bottom. Hunter goes in. Nitty, the recipient of the cleanse, but Chips has a long way to go. 7-side here comes through. The Wellies there. There's Blizzard as well. Scarlet D just hopefully keeping Arthas alive. It is not enough. Number of cooldowns traded off. 9-7 in terms of kills now. TNC down 20 shots, mind you. Have an opportunity if they can pick up 2 here. I think this game would wind up being tied exactly. Let's see where that exactly winds up being. 100 CJ is trying to force one of these pumpkin sappers in. We've got channels. Yep, there they go. That ball up top on Cassia channeling. We've got Abby bottom. Dahaka on the upper left. Satat chasing down Genji. Needs to watch out. Shot could wind up. Run a wrench into that.
Bring down the gravekeepers.
And what we just talked about. It was going to be even in terms of core. However, the defense of the pumpkin sappers by Hunter CJ on that Murden is too much. Mule just keeps working on bottom. This is why Abathur is just so insanely good on this map. TNC looking to just get even more 4-man defense. They'll employ the Welly here, trying to shove a couple more pumpkin sappers through. One has been cleaned up. Genji slides up. One pumpkin sapper does get through. 17-13 in terms of core shots. 16 has been picked up. We'll flash our talents. But in the top lane, Shot looking to get the trade out there. Has to use trait as Abathur helps to defend top. I don't know how Abusement Park is going to wrestle back bottom. Just an impossible Herculean task, if you will. Hunter in this Murden has been on point. Netball will use anything and everything in terms of cooldowns just to keep the members of Abusement Park at the moat. There's another 7-sided strike again. It's just zoning. And these are quick cooldowns. And when you use all of these quick cooldowns combined with the Mule, it is just a constant barrage in the bottom lane that cannot be advanced on. The double reset comp also just lacks single target siege damage. Even if Abusement Park can find their way to get onto the bottom bell tower, it is going to take them quite a while. They need to find a solution through the team fight. And here it may be. Shot digs in. Dahaka there needs to use trait. A little bit of essence. You see Scarlet D just come out as well. And the clone does come off. Nem on that Jaina now, applying a little bit of frontline pressure. Chips is in big trouble. Ball Lightning comes out. It could claim Arthas. It does. Shot might be next. Dragon Blade is out. Mason Blaze looking to find one kill. It could be on Metball. Whitemane has gone down. Oh, 7-sided strike. Nitty, I don't know how you find your way out of this one. Kharazim saves himself with that offensive ice block, if you will. 17-13 in terms of core shots. Metball will back. It is a solo tower. Or excuse me, solo altar to be channeled. However, with the death timer starting to spike here, TNC is going to look to pick up an extra shot on core. We'll look to make this 6. This could be 17-7. Pending this channel. Now, Jaina goes ahead and procs it. 17-8. Top lane has been pushed in effectively by Dahaka, so that is going to be the longer channel. I do believe we will see TNC continue to focus in on the bottom lane. They only need 2 altar spawns. That is if Abusement Park can reset the map. Boss will certainly be in play. Double channel. TNC only needs 1. Level away from 20. Shot with the drag. Muradin is in deep. No fear. 7-sided strike is out. Everything being dropped on top of each other. We've seen Scarlet Aegis as well as the Welly and 7-sided strike. Howling Blast misses. Hunter CJ is a man possessed. This is by Abathur, mind you. Just getting a little bit of movement speed from Kharazim. And now here we are again. 3 Pumpkin Sappers barreling down bottom lane. That pesky Buell. Hunter up front. Touch comes through. Hunter in big trouble. Has to pop Avatar to stay alive. The resets haven't been there through the mid-game set. Top trying to find a kill. Does pick it up on Genji. Arthas goes down as well. 1 Pumpkin Sapper gets a second one. 17-6. Double altar spawn. 40 seconds before anybody's coming back. This looks like it could be it for Abusement Park. There's going to be about a 10-second overlap. But the other problem is that TNC's about to pick up 20. Miracle defense will have to be made here. And I'm not sure Abusement Park has it. Met gonna channel bottom.
The time is now, heroes.
Abby to back him up. Netball in trouble. Nitty trying to figure out how to delay with about 150 HP. Shot hits the isolation on Jaina. But it doesn't matter, because that will do it for game number 1. TNC claim it. They were down 40-20. But through an MVP on that Abathur, Mule MVP. Fantastic Cassia play by Metball. That's a pocket pick of his that I've seen for the last 2 seasons. And Hunter CJ on that Merlin stalwart dwarf at the front. TNC picks up a win on game number 1. I really like what we saw from Nitty on that Li Ming. Especially in the early game. He was doing work. Struggles for Whitemane in that one. The pressure, really from the damage of Abathur as well. I mean, just Nim chipping in. I mean, the damage numbers might not look impressive when you take a look at the stat score, but everybody on TNC over 20k. And you compare that on the flip side, chips on that Arthur just could not get going. Once that bottom bell tower was claimed, it was very easy for TNC to patrol the choke point and constantly shove sappers in. I don't think that's a reflection on Arthas in the meta. I think he's got a place. And I'm just saying that so that when I play him, nobody flames me. All right, we will be on our way to game number 2 shortly. That will be taking place on Infernal Shrines. We'll go ahead and look at some buttons. Click set everything on up. Again, if you are just joining us, the number 2 team in Storm Division, Abusement Park, going up against the number 3 team, team name change. TNC claim game number 1. We'll be on our way shortly. For game number 2, once we get everything going here. Okay. Custarino Gamerino. Let's head to NGS headquarters, fam. We're headed to Infernal for game number 2. I'm your host, Professor Bobo. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll get some shoutouts in a hot second once we get this draft going. Match history. This will be first pick for TNC. Once we get them in there. Alrighty. Bahamut, thank you for hosting me with 22 viewers. Always appreciated. Hit me again. Thank you for the bits. Follow from Pokecheck and Stag Raid. Love to see it. Bah, we may return the favor shortly. I do believe you have yourself a doubleheader. Like for like here. Let me just take a peek at the schedule, actually. Don't want to be mistaken. Number of games coming through later tonight. Baha has Squad 9 Alpha versus Work Hard, Throw Hard. If that game's going on, we will look to return the favor. Okay. Getting our lobby set up, fam. Game number 2 will be underway when we can. check. Make sure everything's all good. Infernal Shrines was the map selection of Abusement Park. They chose first pick. With their win in the coin flip. Taking a peek at chat. Vidge, what's happening, brother? Good to see you there. An MVP, always looking in the chat. Dr. Sinful Death, I still think of Arthas as an off-tank and I love him. I don't know, I hope to see him. It's fun. And we do have, a member of FWC Esports, Flyest Raven. Proud owner of what I've got to say is the most unique Zeratul in NGS. We'll see if I can pick up an FWC game next week. McNulty and the boys, a little bit of a rough start to the season, but they have picked it up. TMG, Trademark Gaming, as well as FWC, up towards the top of the standings. Remember, we have... we are in the middle of the last round here. So we'll have one more week after this, and then we'll move into the wild card weekend. That will be next Saturday, September 29th. Keep an eye on the announcements channel. We'll have a tournament page up for everybody. Following that, we'll be heading on into Season 5 playoffs. Our largest and most expansive playoffs yet. There will be 11 brackets going on through 7 different divisions. Twammy going to jump in for shot here for Abusement Park. Hatman R. Nitty wants the hat. Nitty gets the hat. Met's ready. Alright, guys. We'll head to game number 2 shortly. Jack, make sure everything is good. Let's go. Infernal Shrine. What would an NGS set be without Infernal? Infernal, honestly, may be right now the purest form of HOTS. You have a well-isolated top lane. You've got your 4-man rotations between bot and mid. Strong objective. But not any of that cheesy vehicle stuff. First pick over to TNC for this game. Good number of camps. It's a map that can play out to the back row. It's still not uncommon to see teams give up the first objective. First ban here for TNC. Phoenix ban. The Genji ban traded back at team name change. Speaking of Infernal Shrines, we are still not yet in the grips, or shall I say the grasp of Kerrigan. If you have not been following the balance patch and the reworks, next week, Brightwing, Kerrigan. Keep an eye out, fam. Well, they really don't want Nitty to get that Kel'Thuzad, huh? K to the Z and Diablo are banned out. First pick over to TNC, and they will jump immediately on the Johanna. I see McNulty, a.k.a. Bubble Fitos. Good to see you here, brother. Doing a little bit of scouting. I honestly cannot wait to see this Storm Div playoff bracket. This is going to be a really fun one. At 4 the kill, doing really good things. Nice to see Latin representative doing well here in NGS. We get Alex and Maiev. Alex is still an exceptional pick on Infernal Shrines. We do get the Maiev as well. Always, I mean, hey, man.
Are yours.
I got a Sonya pick, and an early one at that.
So it begins.
Deckard Cain. Is this like a Nephilim thing going on here? An MVP you're gonna spin to win. Satat on the pots. Hunter CJ leading the crusade. How would we finish this draft off, guys? Lol. Okay, so Abusement Park actually jumps on to what TNC's doing here, and they immediately move to ban a Diablo hero. TNC will respond with a Murden ban. So what would we need? Well, we need another Cassia. Could get that from Metball. I'm going to need a Li Ming. I'm going to remake if this isn't 5 Diablo picks, by the way. I'm not, but I want to threaten. Fly's Raven, I vote to replace Infernal with Alterac. Maybe. I vote to replace Baraxis with Hanamura. I just want a different kind of Clown Fiesta. What's the big deal? Nubarak and Malthiel on the side of Abusement Park. I like that they're willing to make some departures in draft here. Choose some different things. And Nubarak with a reduction on the shield cooldown from 7 to 6 seconds. It's a big deal, okay? He doesn't have a very big health pool. 1 second's a big... It could be a big change for a Nubarak, but the isolation comp perhaps looking to come through. Maybe we'll get some Cocoon with Containment Disc for the double isolate.
The wait is over.
And a Tassia. Task Cass to finish off the draft for TNC. Needs a range DPS here on the side of Abusement Park to finish this draft off. We'll see where they want to go. 10 seconds on the pick here. See if we get a Hanzo. See if we get a Jimmy Jam. Jane is still up as well. All high priority picks here. We're going to get some salami. The Kael'thas is the last pickup. This is going to be weird. Is this double isolate with last rites and a meatball? Chat, what do we think? What's the play here by Abusement Park? I don't know. Alright, guys. Headed to Infernal Shrines shortly. Interesting drafts on both sides. Hyper carried Cassia. Potential double isolate for Abusement Park. This could be a very neat Infernal Shrines. You'll love to see it. If you're just joining us, once again, TNC with a win on map number 1. They were down 40 to 20 almost immediately. They lost all of the early altars. Managed to work the jungle in the bottom lane, and with the Mule VP, and them working that Abathur, TNC was able to wrestle away bottom bell tower, and they held it for the entirety of the game. That was a match that started 40 to 20, ended, 40 to 20 in favor of Abusement Park. TNC from there only lost 3 core shots. I believe they wound up going on a 40 to 3 run to capture game number 1, and Abusement Park looking to get the victory here on game number 2. All right, looking for the domination. Team name change. Netball will be playing the Tassadar. Satat on the Deckard Cain. An MVP on the Sonya. Hunter CJ playing the Johanna. I almost called her Garage. And Satat on the Deckard Cain. For Abusement Park, looking to split here and keep that pretty perfect record. Mason Blaze on the Maya. Nitty on the Kael'thas. Chips on a Nubarak. Twammy jumping in for shot. We'll be playing Mouth AL. Rossi on the Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Looks like an early Q build. Alex would live at level 1. Charge strikes for Cassia. Everything else looking pretty good. We think Iron Skin cooldown and a little bit of block there on Sonya. You see the old Bonds of Justice for Maya. That's a neat quest. And it's a little bit easier to complete here on Infernal Shrine. There's an early Iron Skin pop. Just because you actually get credit for the secondary tethers when you tether, NPCs, PvE members. Perhaps that's why Mason Blaze wants to go in it. I've seen a lot of Nisha's Memento, and it seems to be the pick here in season number 5, as people have responded to the number of nerfs on Mayev's damage by using her to jungle a little bit more, but we do have Bonds of Justice at level 1. Malthael and Sonya up in the top lane. We've got the Diablo 3 battle. Netball could be under pressure here. The Bonds of Justice have been procced. Cassia with a long way to go. No Tassadar here. I don't think Cassia makes it out. Unstoppable on the Iron Skin used by Hunter, and Tash shows up with just enough time to spare. Netball makes it out. Hits the B button. And Abusement Park, with that little mini victory, will turn their attention towards mid. Twami on that Malthael gets the double soak going. Sonya's stuck in the top lane. First camp collected. Abusement Park now will rotate towards bottom lane. Tassadar stays mid. 1-1-3 here. As TNC know, listen, they got a Malthael. They have to go against the preeminent double soaker in the video game, so they will respond to that just by covering all of the lanes. This will actually allow them to keep a little bit of an XP advantage, though they may wind up losing the siege long term. Cass and Sonya are here. Nem on the back end was sharking for Kael'thas. Winds up looking to spear Chips. And he answers with the Impale, no damage done. And now TNC looking to try to figure out how they can pick up this Cosmic camp of their own. Burrow in from Chips, forces Dimensional Shift. To keep an eye on that. Two Blaze at the front there poking. I do expect an aggressive play here from Abusement Park. Sonya has gone back up top. In fact, Scroll of Sealing has been used. That's a big piece of CC, and I'm wrong. TNC picks up level 4. Abusement Park backs off. Stack and Tell. So Scroll of Identify at level 1 there for Deckard Cain. Moving off of the Sapphire. A little bit of a spin to win build. This will be bottom lane shrine for objective number 1. Abusement Park will clean up mid. And they will also use Malthael, Alex, and Maya to pick up top camp and apply some off-lane pressure. Nem is up front. Chains have come through. Sonya's got a while to go. Takes a shield from Tassadar, but still a long way to go. There is an immediate shield from Tassadar. Try to clean that up, and Dragon Queen has been procced early. One big abundance, and everybody on Abusement Park is back up to 100%. TNC will have to wait this one out. They still have about a 10 skeletal defender advantage. There goes the Dragon Queen. Expect them to go in. Perhaps charge hard. First objective still up. Nem again is up front. Hunter CJ backing up. There's a scroll. Come through, hits 2 members. But Twami pulled the Mason Blade trying to get out. Maya under pressure. Good fend damage there from Metball. Too little, too late. Frozen Cena here. Looking to get bot lane pressure. Twami trying to stop Sonya from getting the easy clear top. Nem with the spear just to get the delay. We'll see how this one winds up playing out. There could be some serious siege damage. Cena jumps over the wall. Task mid. This is still another 1-1-3. TNC clearly with their eyes on level 10. Looks like they'll wind up finishing this wall off. Easy clear for 4 members of Abusement. There goes the wall. Chips thinking about it. Winds up hitting the Burrow. The fail follow-up is not there. It's a tap. Stumbles away. Malthael goes down. My apologies for missing that one. Net and Nem with the combo. And apparently Tessa and Sonya can't stop death. Here's the invade. Immediate move from TNC. Sonya, though, is top. This could wind up being a 4-on-4. So that trying to anchor there on the Deckard Cain. Kael'thas actually winds up finishing the camp off. TNC will say thank you and pick up the Khazra camp. About a quarter of a level ahead. We'll take a look at our talents. Again, Life Blossom build there from Alex. So keep an eye on that one. 13 globes picked up for Mana Addict. Only 1 stack on Bonds of Justice. And that's going to have to use Dimensional Shift. Does. Stealth away. Despite the best efforts of Twami, who actually has really done a lot of work here in top lane and is quite commendable at that, TNC look like they will get to level 10 first. However, this is a top lane objective. We see Rossi already looking to help support Malthael, and in the bush was Mason Blaze. If Abusement Park can pick off this well, I mean, that certainly would look like an easy second objective. They're doing a good job keeping the XP as even as possible, despite losing first objective. Accident check. Good to see you, brother. Actually, one of the most generous members of NGS. FWC's resident Abathur. Nearly one trick. Up in the top lane. There's the combo again. Cass and Sonya. Spear does not connect. Twami will float on away. Take a look at stats right now. It's been tentative. Really not too much going on in the objective phase. Obviously, Abusement Park wants to get to the objective healthy and just have Alex ready. Ooh. There's the burrow. You also see change proc. Satat is the target, and Satat is gone. Thunder Siege has got a long way to go. No Iron Skin available. Net is there to provide the shielding. The first kill for Abusement Park as Decker King goes down. And immediately, as we say, nothing really happening in the objective phase. Chips make a move. Chips makes a move. Proves me wrong. 10s for both teams. Camps for both sides. Blessed Shield, Wrath of the Berserker. Archon. Ball Lightning and Blessed Shield. Remember the TNT. Decker King still thinking about it. This is not quite the double ISO. We get Cocoon. Life Binder. Last Rites. Warden's Cage. Nitty's still thinking about it. Everybody back. XP even. The old man is here. It's a Pyroblast. Let's see what the recipe is here for Abusement Park. Who's the Cocoon target? Who's going to get a meatball dinner tonight? Team's trading the objective there. A couple of early skeletal defenders. Dragon Queen certainly available. Rossi stands back. Remember last time on the first objective, TNC had a 10 skeletal defender lead, and that was too much for Abusement Park to overcome, but they already have the lead here. Again, we do expect Alex to go Dragon Queen any second. HunterCG needs to be close enough to interrupt with Blessed Shield. I don't think you can see Alex. Here comes Maya. No chain. Scroll of Ceiling on top of that. Warden's Cage has been dropped. There's the Loredo to try to zone out. And Sonya stuck in the Cocoon does come out. Chips, though. I don't think that's going to quite do it. 30 to 20. Johanna does wind up going down as Mason winds up picking up the kill. Rossi on the Dragon up front. Uses the Life Binder. The objective is captured by Abusement Park. 2-1 in terms of kills. The Jogana kill is enough. This should easily be a fort. As Twami did a great job prepping this top lane by erasing the gate. TNC will back off. Play it safe. So anytime you see a team go with a Nubarak, the easiest way to measure their success is that when they do engage, are they finding consistent Cocoon targets? Is the follow-up there immediately, or does the recipe have to change depending on the talents here in the situation? Usually with an Nubarak comp, you're kind of running a very simple, combo. Cocoon here, target this hero. Nem on the Sonya has actually played for the majority of the game further forward than Hunter CJ on the Johanna. Sonya made for the sort of obvious target. Punisher gone top lane is down, and Abusement Park picks up a 1-level lead. We'll keep an eye on the plan here for Abusement Park. Nem got to be careful there. Cassia up in the top lane just trying to make the safe clear. 13's picked up. Flash our talents. Talent here. Dragon Scale. A little bit more safety for Alex. Don't see that one too often. Might just be a bit of a Rossi special. Mana Addict finished. 27 globes for Kael'thas. Cass has done the Psionic Storm. Scroll of Identify still with a little bit of a ways to go. And the Nubarak is actually nearly done with Regen Master. 13's nearly here for TNC. We'll flash those talents when they do come through. bottom now being prepped. Abusement Park is doing a really good job wrestling this game back. They get that AFK pressure in the top lane. During first objective, they had a Shaman camp pushing top. 1 kill on the objective and a dragon. Did it for objective number 2. That's where we see ourselves. And Abusement Park has a 1-level lead. TNC likely looking for the even challenge here for the fight. Does he engage? And Nubrek has to burrow away. What else we got going on for stats? Just clicking buttons fast. Met Ball, go figure, he's on the Cassia. Mason Blaze. On the flip side. You can see the strength of Malthael's double soak there. He's about 2k ahead of Nem Revenger on the Sonya. That double soak Malthael. Another invade here. Again, the even talent tier fight. TNC needs to make a move. Abusement Park thinking about it. They do finally get their Malthael down. A little bit too late for the camp. Let's see if the fight breaks out. Keep an eye on Mason Blaze here. He's got this choke point. About a level and about an extra 10% there for Abusement Park. They will likely have 16 for the next objective, and TNC could be looking at a give here, if you will. Burrow just barely misses. There in the jungle. Blessed Shield used. Remember, Nubrek cannot get out now. Here comes the counter engage. Mason Blaze does not actually follow through on Shadow of Vengeance. Does not blink in. I thought everybody was disengaged out. Ball Lightning. Kael'thas uses Mana Addict. Does not have safe towers there. One more auto attack ought to do it. And Kael'thas goes down. TNC need to rush this objective, and they need to rush it fast. Twami up top on the Malthael back, and let's see if that's a feint or if he's going to stick with it. Nem looking to just D-push top lane. There's another camp pickup. 20 seconds before Kael'thas comes back. However, Abusement Park out 2 waves away from 16. We'll see if that is affecting them there. 12 Skeletal Defenders picked up. Dragon Queen is available for Abusement Park if they want it. Kael'thas spawning now. Decision time for Abusement Park. They get their 16. Talents start to come through. Draconic Discipline for Alex Straza. But TNC, on the strength of that kill against Kael'thas, pick up an absolutely huge, bigly Punisher. Arcane Cena running it down mid. This, more than anything, allows TNC to reset the XP. They'll wind up splitting up here, and they'll look to try to get this back even. Sonya top. 4-man bottom. Punisher's easily cleaned up. We don't even need to see that bad boy. Kael'thas just rips through it. And now without 16, TNC actually have to back off the camp that they had started in bot lane. Alright. Easy invade there from Abusement Park. They know Sonya's on up top. And I'm looking to pick up the Shaman camp there. TNC still do not have 16. We'll have to seed. Macro advantage. Is Abusement Park paint this map blue. This is a top Punisher. Ooh. RNG not kind to TNC. They'll have an even talent tier fight as they have picked up level 16, but that's key if they lose this objective. Only a little bit of a tower left. Abusement Park with a big opportunity here. They're going to have to take the even talent tier fight at some point. But their win condition is top, and RNG has blessed them with the possibility of the next objective. We're just going to stop the ignite there on Kael'thas. TNC want bottom lane. They'd be prepping a possible win condition of their own. This fort will go down quickly and without contest. Taking a quick look at our talents. 37 stacks on mana addict. Shield's going to be kind of big. Bonds of Justice have taken a little while there for Mason Blaze. There just hasn't been the opportunity, particularly in the laning phase, to pick up some easy stacks. 1 stack on last right. Regen Master complete for Anubarak. And TNC are taking advantage of Abusement Park, sort of safe play. To try to put some siege damage across the map. Hunter CJ is in the jungle there. We'll see if he wants to do Blessed Shield. Swami with a Ray Strike. Immediately a 3-man Blessed Shield, but Hunter CJ has to back off. Kael'thas in a choke point. Not very nice. Especially with Ignite. See if Net's got Dimensional Shift. Has to use it there. Swami applying pressure. Long way to go for TNC. No Blessed Shield for 40 seconds. Abusement Park have all of their talents. Tornado. Slightly off. Swami, though, in a bit of trouble there. The spear hits Malthael in big trouble. You can hear the lightning ball going through already. Lifebinder on Malthael will not do the trick. Alex goes down as well. There's a meatball for Cassia. Metball doesn't make it, but 2 for 1. If you missed it in the fight there, Emerald on Deckard Cain, that's why you take that talent. That was Lifebinder on Malthael, and that was 0 healing. Fantastic play from Sitat. There's the burrow in. Looking for the counter kill. Tassador's in big trouble. Dimensional shift away. Netball has the shield, and then he's using it on himself. Mason Blaze, though, has used all of his defensive abilities, including Bolt of the Wardens. Down goes Maya. Great play from Sitat. That Emerald swings the game entirely. I really thought Abusement Park was in a great position to maybe pick up a keep and with a couple of kills. This could have been over pre-20. However, an MVP is spinning on that shrine. Lane is being prepped. Kael'thas and Anubarak is trying to find XP somewhere. They will move mid. TNC now. They have their Cassia back. They'll have a Mortar Punisher. Do they have the first keep of the game? Canadian chips will back. Met's going to have to clean this up. We'll see if it actually winds up letting this fort go. Top fort gone. Cena walking up to the top turnbuckle, getting ready to jump on over. Easy bait by chips. Wall should go down. Punisher at 50%. Definitely not going to be a keep. But with this tower, this is going to put TNC real close to 20. In fact, they need about 1 more wave. Punisher goes down, and there is a Khazra camp. If TNC want to make a play, they back off. Just don't have any way to get to 20. Might wind up losing mid-fort. 20's picked up. Standard Twilight Archon. Another huge challenge. Sitat thinking about it. We'll see where he wants to go. Very brief level 20 advantage, and Hunter CJ uses it to aggress. Actually, get the Blessed Shield on Malthael. Gold of Ceiling connects. Oh, Metball uses Ball Lightning to convert. Oh, and the kill secure on Malthael. Again, Abusement Park, they've done fantastic things in both games, but the late game seems to be getting away from them just a little bit here. 6-3 in terms of kills. They were up 2-1, and they were up about a little bit more than a level at one point. Mid-fort goes down. This is a bottom objective, and TNT are going to take the time to prep this bottom lane. Malthael for 25. Mason Blazes on the flank. All the R buttons are there for Abusement Park if they want to look to make a move in defense. Nem is up front. There's Chips with the burrow in. Scroll of Sealing the zone out, and another minion wave comes up. 10 more seconds before Malthael is there. So Cat at the back line needs to be careful. Kael'thas damage is really scaling very well. Chips going in yet again. No burrow on Nem. Sonya's alright. There's the Cocoon. Malthael will be here very shortly. Tornado trying to get the disengage. We also Storm Shield come through. Tassador's version of it. Mason Blaze in big trouble. Blessed Shield and Ball Lightning are too much. The Warden's Cage is not there. Twami looking to get the Lifebinder. He does come through. No Emerald canceled this time. But Maiev goes down. This is Twilight Archon, so Netball is going to stay in giant robot form as long as possible. Nem wants to stay up front. We'll finish off this keep. This could be game. Chips is in trouble. A Nubarak goes down. That's 2 members. 60 seconds on an Anub. 40 more on Maya. Johanna and Sonya step up. Ball Lightning coming through. Metball converts the kill. Ball Lightning doesn't get a tremendous amount of value. Malthael has bought back in. No one can stop death, but maybe TNC does here. Rossi has to use the Dragon. This could be game. Lornado, we've got 70% on the core. 5-3 in terms of members, 50% on the core. I don't think the damage is there. Scroll of Sealing and a spin to win is going to do it. 15. Still have Twilight Archon. GG's are called. And TNC picks up the game. And they pick up the set. A 2-0 victory. We'll slide over for the interview shortly, guys. Let's get that fancy match summary screen. 10-3 for kills. Abusement Park rushed out to early leads in both games. Remember, it was a 40-20 lead on Towers of Dooms in terms of core health before the Abathur wound up taking that game over. They were up 2-1 in kills. They were also up 14-13, and I believe that was their last talent tier advantage. And then a pick on Kael'thas. And then a fantastic Emerald. It canceled out all of Lifebinder's healing. Was too much in the top lane. And after that, things just swung in favor of TNC. Met loves that Javazon. I'm gonna be honest, he's got the best Cassie in NGS. Paired up with Kawhi playing that Tassadar. Good clutch shields. I mean, you got shield pots too. Too much. TNC takes the domination. Picks up some momentum as we move towards the playoff here in season number 5. All right. Wait for Matt. He'll show up soon. He's got a running invite. He'll probably ask me anyway. All right, game. What up?
Hey, Bobo.
Hey, brother.
Oh, what's up?
Congratulations.
I have a quick question. Can I possibly bring someone in the interview as well?
Do you think I'm going to say no to you?
Come
on.
Alright, let's see.
Pull him in. Let's go.
I'm pinging him.
Oh.
He's watching the end of your the stream right now.
Right on.
So I'll just message him.
All right. Congrats, brother.
Thank you.
Well played set. Who are we bringing in? Talk to me.
All right, I mean, we could continue. Sorry, I was trying to bring Satad in, but he'll be in here shortly. I'm assuming.
Okay.
So.
Listen, we talk frequently. I have not been able to catch you guys that much. Talk about the changes so far. In season 5, they seem to be working out quite well. Is this the strongest TNC I have seen?
Yeah, I think this is probably by far the strongest TNC that we have in terms of roster, and I don't even think that we're close to potential-wise. In synergy, honestly, it's not even like we were talking about this last night. Like synergy-wise, it's not even 100% there. Like we're still building it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together. I think this is like 3rd week.
Yep.
I think
All right.
so. It's still a very early kind of roster and team in terms of all that stuff, and we're still kind of working out hero pools, what we like to run, map wise, kind of like honestly still like who's drafting. Like I was drafting before, but now we're changing it. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff is kind of changing, and I think we have a really good run and a bright future, to be honest with you. Recently, yeah, I just want to say recently we've been playing kind of bad. Like to be honest, like we shouldn't have lost the games that we have recently. These like they should be 2-0s for us. We kind of been through this weird phase where like not all of us have been performing well in terms of like it's like either like one player is not getting enough sleep, we have like 2 people sick, and just generally just like we just weren't focused. But I think we're building back to the point of our potential once again. Excellent.
All right, game number 1. You had the Abathur, but they had the early lead. It gets up to, I think it was 40-20. We talked about it quite a bit there in chat. talk us through the second half of that game. I mean, we know you want to take bottom bell tower away, but what really goes into setting up the comeback there on Towers of Doom?
Yeah, we just really wanted to play to our power spike. The second we get 10, we pretty much just control the game. Like, Arthas just doesn't exist anymore. If he just tries to do his Arthas thing of just running in and being annoying, we just one-shot him. Like, we did that a few times there. And the first kind of bell tower, towers when they were all up, was kind of my missed shot call. But after, we were just like, we had late game, we just need to get 10, and we just kind of played that. We kept playing picks, and, you know, we got through there. And there's Satat, our support player.
Hey, right on, man. I've not had you here in the lecture hall. Satat, welcome.
How's it? Thank you. How's it going?
It's going well, and congratulations on a well-earned victory. I do think that the turning point in game number 2, he's got a couple of picks, and that big juicy emerald seemed to signal the death knell for Abusement Park on Infernal Shrines.
Yeah, Emerald is amazing against Alexstrasza. As soon as we saw Alexstrasza, it was we need to take Deckard Cain and get Emerald.
Right on.
Because that'll shut down Lifebinder along with her circle healing, so
excellent. It's
really strong.
Well, listen, like I said, I haven't had you in here before. How did you come to be on the roster here for TNC? Where's this cat from?
So I was on a team called, originally it was called Reprot, and we played 3 seasons ago, and HEC made actually the playoffs and lost out to Heroes Hearth. Then I transferred to a team called Those Guys with... I
remember Those Guys.
Yeah, I was on Those Guys for 2 seasons, and I was this tank player on Those Guys, and it went really well, and we had a good chemistry, and then the last season just kind of fell apart, and I met up with Hunter. We streamed together and played a couple of games, and we became friends, and I saw that his team was looking for support, and cool. I remember playing support a long time ago, and I really was interested in joining the team, and so I shouted out to him and did a couple tryouts, and I guess I made a decent enough impression to get picked up.
Very cool. By the way, feel free to post your chat link, your stream link there. I'll have to follow both of you guys. I did not know that you guys were streaming, but that's awesome. Okay, we are getting near the end of Season 5.
Yes.
You guys are up near the top, not quite at the apex, and we've had a lot of teams in the mix there. Tell us who you guys are maybe looking forward to playing, particularly in the playoffs, as we've got a bunch of new teams here in NGS.
Yeah, so I'll start off real quick. TMG, I think when we played them a long while ago, we were much worse as a team, and we didn't even have Satat playing with us then. And we were all kind of, we were all out of that game. The draft was messy and all that good stuff. So I think if we play him now, it'll be a much more competitive and a more favored game towards us. So I would want to see that again. The other team is FWC Esports. Once again, they've always been a good team. Last season, we versed them. I think it was in the semifinals.
Yeah, I had that one, actually. That was a tough one.
Yeah. And I'm going to still stick to it then. That was the real finals of that season. So it would be cool if both of us can make finals again and kind of have the real brawl. And, all those guys are super cool. Those are the 2 biggest teams that we're looking at in terms of, like, pure competition-wise and, like, the biggest look. But I think the wild card, that whole playoff tournament thing is going to be really interesting to see kind of who makes it and who can make that impression.
Excellent. I mean, that's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Okay, what, in your opinion, is, without giving too much insider information, what are the keys for you guys? What do you guys need to do in order to be successful and maybe claim the Storm Div this season?
I'll speak from my end before I give it all to Satat here. I think, personally, I put a lot of stuff on me. I think I need to clean up my shot calling and communication. The second I start screaming and being more like, let's just do this now, we're going here, and like calling a target and screaming it, we suddenly just pick up our gameplay and we all focus towards that, kind of like a common goal. So I think if we just clean up our communication, build up that more synergy, get our rotations down, I think everything will at least everything will start looking more cleaner and more successful. And then Satat, you can kind of...
Yeah, and I think a big part, I mean, obviously I've joined the team, it's been about a month now, and chemistry's been a big part, right? Chemistry and comms are the key to making a team successful. Even like teams that have low ranked players can do really well if they're meshed well together. And I think that's starting to come into focus. We're really starting to mesh as a team. and things are starting to work out. So, you know, Hunter's doing engages and he's calling targets, while Metball's doing the shot calling, and we have, you know, Nem giving us the fatherly advice all the time. He's like the godfather of advice in the background, like, what are you guys doing?
Oh,
And-
Nem VP, baby. I was really happy you guys picked him up. He's a fun dude.
Yeah, and he's awesome. He's always got the sage advice. And then you have Netball, who's just the crazy person that is our, you know, our Spitfire wild card that will kind of dictates our attitude as a team, which is awesome. So we all have our roles, and it works out really well as when we're all on par. Like today, we were just clicking, and it works out really well when that happens. And other times, like we had a match yesterday where we weren't really clicking. And so as long as we can keep clicking and focus and just clean up our comms and clean up our team, I think it's gonna be that much better.
That's awesome, man. Let's see. I'm taking a quick peek at the schedule. I think you guys, it looks like you're done for this week, and I do see
I think we're next week, yeah.
Yeah, the last game, is that the last game you guys have on the schedule there against the Run Boys?
Yeah, Run Boys are the last match
Ooh,
before
that's
playoffs.
going to be a good one. That one next Thursday at 7. Ripper's got that one. He was a little mad that I snagged this matchup. I'm okay with him taking that one then. All right, guys, the floor is yours. Shoutouts from TNC.
All right, Ty, you can start it off, buddy.
So I want to thank my wife. No, just I just huge shout out to Metball, Nem, Netball, and Hunter just for bringing me on the team and letting me join them for this fun we're having. I think it's awesome. Shout out to the casters. You guys have been awesome. I didn't even really know about NGS. I played in Chair League a while ago, but this is awesome that NGS and you guys have great casters. Everyone's been on par, so I'm very excited about that. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to my stream. It's a tad hot. It's pretty simple to figure out, and I'll post it on there if you need it. And then, yeah, and then shout out to also Hunter in his stream. He's a great guy and he does a lot of good content. So
excellent.
Go ahead, man.
I have a few. So Todd stole mine, but thank you, Bobo. Like, it's amazing. All the casters, love all of them. Love watching everything going through, and it's really great. Everyone picking up our games. Shout out to the team once again. You know, we had the rough patch, but once again we're picking it up and going through scrimming. I think like probably a total around 20 hours or so, plus VOD reviews a week. So good job. We're gonna go strong in the next Open. Shout out to Decade. Really do appreciate it. He's our new coach, and he's been helping us learn just drafting, just playing better, each person individually, going over, like, I think he had a whole thing where he just took them in the soul lane and just worked with them, just practicing how to do it, mechanics, like little cheeses he can do. And he's been putting so much time. He actually like stopped coaching like 4 other teams to really just focus mainly for us for the next Open and the future of that. So really big shout out to Decade, and I really do appreciate it.
Good pickup. That Decade guy, he gets things done. Guys, all the best. I hope to catch you. I'm certainly going to be looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs. And in Open Div. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to see all these NGS teams show up there. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Bobo.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to do it for us. I'll do it for Mitbull and Satat. TNC with a 2-0 victory. Let's just double check. I think we said we're going to raid Weenus. We're heading on over. Gonna check out some funky chickens. Oh crap, guys, we have a stream now. Okay, the TNC guys gonna keep playing. Check those streams out, man. I already threw the follows out, and I just wanted to say thank you for everyone here for getting the follow over on the lecture halls. Hunter, CJ, Chat, Pokecheck, Stag Ray. Happy to see you guys. We'll hope to get some more action before the end of the season. All right, I've been your host, Professor Bobo. We'll get the raid chain going soon. All the best, guys, and we'll look to see you soon.